So FIFA 22 is here. We're going to be taking a look through the entire Nottingham Forest squad, reacting to all of the ratings, me most likely criticising them. Let's do it. Just for your information, I'm using FIFA to do this video, so if you want to have a look yourself, then of course go ahead. These are the ratings. I'll just slowly go down, you can have a little scan through. I'd say most of them are fair. There's definitely a few in here that I'm not too happy about. It's really good that we've got the likes of Finn Back and Richardson and Fornan in the game, even though they probably won't really play much unless you're playing a cup game. I really like the fact that they haven't just forgotten about our youth academy. We can't do it in order of position, unfortunately, but let's have a look at just some of the highest rated players in general. So Zinkernagel and, funnily enough, Rodrigo L are our highest rated players. Rodrigo has not played a single game for us yet this season, and I don't even think he will do, to be honest. I mean, he might, he probably will. I don't know why I said that. Obviously, our back line, we now play 3 at the back, so it might give him a better chance of getting in the team. Steve Cooper, he's putting 1 defender on the bench, and he has done so for the last 3 games that he's been in charge, of course. But that defender's Gaetang Bong. Of all the defenders, if you can pick the best 5 and then you put 1 on the bench, why do you pick Bong? You've got Finn Back, who deserves a shout. He really does. Richardson. Even this guy. Like, for God's sake, he can't be bad. He's 75 rated based off FIFA anyway. Looking further down the list, of course, Sambi. He has been given a downgrade. He was 75 last year. I think that probably is probably about fair, because obviously last year the whole team dropped off, including Samba. Only Samba did definitely keep us in game times, like against Blackburn. Remember, he made a good save, and of late he's become the best goalkeeper in the division again. Wazza, 72 rated. Does he deserve higher? I mean, I think he deserves higher potential, but this is weird because of late, I don't think Wall's been quite at the same incredible standards that he normally is, but he is still an exceptional defender, and he is still a fantastic person to have around in your dressing room. Like, who doesn't love Joe Wall? He's fantastic, but I just feel like he deserves a bit higher. But you know what? I'm pleased that FIFA aren't recognising it, because big clubs aren't going to recognise him as much, so we're going to benefit from that. Max Lowe, been great. He has been absolutely fantastic so far for Forest, of course. He's arguably one of the best left-backs I've seen at the club for a long time, and people older than me, obviously I'm a younger fan, I'm 20, believe it or not, even though I look about 14. People have backed me up when I say that. Ethan Horvath, of course, he was great up until that horrendous mistake against Borough, but I mean, that entire game was it just summed up the Chris Hughton era, that did really. But I still rate him, I still think he's a good goalkeeper, but that mistake definitely did drop our expectations of him. I think 71 is about right. Joe Lolly, 71. Now, by no means did he have the best year of his career last year. He spent a lot of it injured as well. But 71, have some bloody respect for Joe Lolly. You can get why his potential is not much higher because he is 28, but still, 71. He should be 73 maybe, something like that. Scott Mckenna, 70 rated. This is, honestly, that's a joke. That is a joke. He is, if you're going to give Wall 72, you have to give Scott Mckenna 72. Arguably both deserve higher, because we may have had a dreadful start before Steve Cooper, but they are still 2 of the best centre-backs in the division. I'm sorry, there's no way that he should be 70. Did you watch him last year? He's one of the very few players that actually didn't underperform. Ryan Yates, 70. Probably about right. Of late, he's been better than that for sure. Definitely of late, he deserves higher. I think that's about right, because he is a bit of a liability at times. Like, people do criticise him, and I'm not one of them. Okay, I like Ryan Yates. He definitely isn't a perfect player at all, but he deserves a lot more respect. Lewis Grabban, yeah, you can get why he's been given a downgrade after the year he had last year for sure. That makes perfect sense, but the way he's playing, he definitely does not deserve a downgrade, because the way he's been playing like his old self, and it's fantastic to see. Can he end his career with a bit of a bang? Jack Carvalho, my God, how the mighty's fallen. Was he ever mighty, really? I don't think he ever was. I think the price tag did flatter Jack Carvalho. I mean, in the past, he's been a lot higher than 70 rated. He's been downgraded. The fact he's only got 76 potential as well. Let's continue then. James Garner, I think 69. At first, I thought that was harsh, but I think now it's fair, because let's face it, Jimmy Garner hasn't been quite the same Jimmy Garner we had last year because he was phenomenal, as we all know. I just think it's a little bit too much pressure for him right now, to be honest. The way he's been hyped up so much, I think we've been hyping him up a little bit too much. He still isn't a perfect player at all. He does make mistakes. Even last season, I remember against Huddersfield when we played dreadful at home, he literally passed the ball back and it resulted in a goal. So even last season there was signs of him not being too good, but by no means at all is he a bad player. He's still a fantastic player, and if we could keep him, I still would keep him. 84 potential, I think, is fantastic for him too. Brennan Johnson, he has had a bit of an upgrade, but the way he's been playing, I think he deserves a little bit higher, honestly. Maybe 71 or something like that. I think Brennan Johnson's got a huge career ahead of him, and I just fear it's not going to be at Forest. Look at that acceleration, sprint speed. That is just fantastic. This is the thing with Johnson. He may not be the most physically strong player, but he can just outrun everyone. Like, look at the goals that he's scored this season, the assists that he's got, like against Huddersfield and Coventry. He just outran the opposition. Cafu, a player that has just been forgotten about, really. He's not going to get any better or worse, apparently, according to FIFA. Yeah, probably is about fair, to be honest. I'm not going to lie. Lyle Taylor, yeah, I would agree with that, to be honest. He's not going to have huge potential, is he? Because he's 31, but of late he definitely has been one of the weak players in this team. And I really do like Lyle as a person and the things that he does for Pink October. You know, he is a fantastic person, but as a player, I'm not so sure. He's just a bit too inconsistent, really. Mohamed Drager, or Drager, something like that. I'm not entirely sure how you say his name. 69 rated, 74 potential. I can't really say whether that's fair or not. The only thing we've seen of him in a Forest shirt was for the under-23s against Burnley on Friday, and he looked alright. I did watch that game on the YouTube live stream, and he looked pretty good. Tobias Figueiredo, 69 rated, 70 potential. Yeah, he's 27, that's about right. He's not by any means a perfect player. He's definitely one of the players that gets criticism. He's definitely a bit of a liability at times, but against Huddersfield, he was fantastic. I didn't even watch that game, but just look at the stats he put up. Was some very impressive numbers, and under obviously Steve Cooper, he's looked great apart from giving away that penalty, but we ended up winning, of course. Here he is, lads. Gaetang Bong, he's 33, 68 rated, is arguably polite, to be honest. Wait, hang on. Bong's not even his last name. Gaetang Bong. That name, man. Gaetang Bong Songo. Songo? Gaetang Bong Songo. What a name. I thought his first name was Thomas. I thought it was Thomas Gaetang Bong. He's a man with many names. Crap is another one. Now this lad, Brian Ajada, 68 rated. I thought he'd be a bit higher. 80 potential. He looks a very good little player. If you want to know what he's like, from what I saw of him against Burnley in the under-23s game, him and Drager played in that, of course. He reminds me a lot of Garner, particularly last season. The way Garner used to spread balls left, right and centre and just pass balls effortlessly. He's very similar to that, honestly. He looks like a real good player to have. And our depth in midfield now is scary. We have him, we have Callback, who looks like he's coming back to his prime. We have Garner, obviously, Yates, Fornan, Cafu. We have so many players in midfield. Carl Jenkinson, yeah, I forgot he was even playing for us, to be honest. He's one of the few Deadwood players we have at the club, because we did do a great job of shifting a lot of that, of course. But yeah, I mean, 68 is about right. Alex Myton, arguably, I probably would have liked to have seen him get a bit higher. But, you know, 67 rated at 19 years of age. He's younger than me. I think that's about, it's pretty impressive, really. 81 potential. Brilliant player. Look at his agility and his aggression. Not aggression, his acceleration. Unreal. He deserves a bit higher for dribbling, in my opinion, but what a player. He's got a massive potential ahead of him. Right, we have such a massive squad. We're nearly there. Jordan Smith, about right. 67, 69 potential. He's a very average goalkeeper. He's not a bad goalie at all. Obviously, he's pretty much never going to play for us again with the fact we've signed Horvath now. Mbiso as well. It's a bit of a shame that he's only 66 rated, because he's not really had the chance properly Because what he needs a full-on consistent run of games, MBSO. And then I think we can comment, because I myself have not even seen MBSO play live. Like, he's only played one game this season against Coventry. So a lot of Forest fans haven't seen MBSO play live yet. And it's a shame, because he has big potential. But having said that, 76 isn't even that high. Xander Silva, 66, 72. We've literally seen 20 minutes of him. He looked quite pacey. He looked quite hungry to have the ball, but we can't really comment on Xander Silva just yet. Jack Callback, 66 overall, same for his potential. I think based off his last 2 games, he does deserve a bit higher, but overall, he probably is about fair, to be honest. Yeah, his stats are about in the middle, really, aren't they? Osu Tutu, crazy situation with him. He got man of the match on his debut at left back, when as you can see, he's a right back. Very, very encouraging start there. Then he played against Blackburn, got injured, and now he's just out in the dark. He's gone back to Arsenal, in fact, because he got such a big injury. And apparently, he's had the same injury now for the last several seasons. So, honestly, I think he might just get recalled in January. It just didn't work out. He had 2 appearances, or 1.5 appearances, and one of them he got man of the match in. Jed Spence, what a fantastic player. 65 rated. The disrespect. This lad is fantastic. There's not really much this lad can't do. Like, he's not that physically strong. I mean, what does it say here for his physicality? I mean, aggression is about as close as you get to physicality, really. 46. Yeah, that is probably one of the few weaknesses he has. But seriously, Borough were generally playing Lee Pleitner ahead of him. Tyrese Fornham, 64. Honestly, if we had a few less midfielders, he would 100% be getting at least on the bench, because he is a great player. He can cross a ball. Like, he really can. I'm sorry, 46. It probably means crossing into the box, but honestly, some of the long balls that he does, 62 actually is probably more of a fairer grade. He's brilliant. Jaden Richardson, yeah, it's about right, to be honest. Also, as well, Fornham deserves higher potential than 73. 100% he does. Finn back, 57 rated. I think that's a little bit harsh. If you're going to give Richardson and Forner, those kind of numbers, I think 57's a bit harsh. But then again, he is 18. But he looks great, Finn back. He really does. We've got these players here as well that no one really cares about. The Costa, I mean, the fact he's 70 is a bit funny. I think that's a bit polite, really. Harry Arter, I forgot he existed, quite frankly. One more thing I want to look at. Highest potential, Garner. Obviously, he's not even our player, but he's got the highest potential. There's 3 players there. There's 4 players there, in fact, that have 80 plus potential. Garner, Johnson, Myton, and Ojeda. Not bad. So they are the Forest player ratings on FIFA 22. If you have enjoyed this slightly different kind of video, please, of course, drop a like on it. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. I really, really would appreciate it, okay, if you could do that. Now, I don't plan really on doing a career mode series this year with Forest. It's not the fact that I don't want to do it. It is kind of that, to be fair. But it is also mainly because I've done it the last 2 years. I kind of want to have a break from it. So maybe say on the next FIFA 23, I will do one then. So maybe just have an off year from the career mode. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you very soon. Hopefully more consistent uploads are on the way. Thank you.